Hello everyone, Vincent here from HDTV Test here. I'm a TV reviewer and professional calibrator. I've unboxed the 65-inch LG C9 OLED TV, and as you can probably see from the unboxing, the sample has been sent to another publication before coming to me. So in a sense, it qualifies as a sloppy second in my opinion. But at least someone somewhere had the consideration to do a factory reset and clean up the mess, to give me the illusion that I'm entering her for the very first time. So what I'm going to do is to go through the initial setup and then explain various picture settings in the user menu. If I press the OK button on the remote control and then confirm my location or language and then press OK, I'll try to skip through this as quickly as possible. So if I exit first use, and then it will default to the digital freeview tuner. But before I proceed, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Richard Sounds Manchester for sponsoring this video. I've been working with the team there for some time now, and I find the staff to be very friendly, very professional, and very knowledgeable about the products they sell. So if you are considering buying a new TV, even if it's not this LG C9, please support this channel by considering buying it from Richard Sounds Manchester. Call 0333 900 0086, mention HDTV Test, and you receive great price and service. Thanks again for your support. Right, let's go into the picture menu, and I'll long press the settings button on the remote control and go through the picture settings. So the default picture mode will be Eco, and what I'm going to do is to switch to one of the more accurate picture modes, such as Cinema or one of the ISF expert modes. So we'll go to Cinema, and then the OLED light is on energy saving, so I will need to switch off energy saving for now so that I can demonstrate the various picture settings. And I think that it's probably a bit too bright for the camera in terms of the UI, so maybe I have to drop OLED light. Right. Okay, so that the user interface is not blown out, so let's stick with 25. OLED light affects the light output, and contrast determines the digital white level. Brightness affects the digital black level. Sharpness is basically edge enhancement. Color affects the colors globally in terms of the saturation and luminance. Tint rotates all the colors in terms of the hues. And if I go into expert controls, you can see the dynamic contrast system, which will probably produce an S-curve gamma, basically compressing the highlights and the shadows to give you a perception of higher contrast, but it alters the original intent of the content, so I tend to switch this off. Super resolution is merely more edge enhancement. Color gamut, you can leave it on auto, which is generally the best, or you can go to wide, which will not perform any color mapping and just let the native color gamut of this OLED TV take over. And extended is just somewhere in between. Auto is generally the best option. Gamma is a function that determines how the input video signal will be translated to the picture on screen. If you go for a lower gamma, by lower gamma I mean 1.9, you can see that the picture should become brighter, but if you go for a higher gamma, then the picture should become darker. It's not actually doing anything here from the looks of it, and I do wonder it is because of this function here called AI picture, which is off. But anyway, I'll explain all the settings, and then when I do the proper review, say within the next few weeks, I will explore all this and let you know my findings. White balance allows you to set the color temperature preset, and you can go from a cooler color temperature to a warmer color temperature. LG has provided for 2019 a further 22-point adjustment in addition to 2-point and 10-point grayscale adjustment. So if you go into 22-point, you can see that they have added 2.5% and 5% video stimulus in addition to the existing 5%, 10%, 15%, 20-point stimulus that was found on the 2017 and 2018 sets. So this is presumably to allow owners or users to achieve better near black tracking in terms of the granularity. So if we get out from here and under each video stimulus interval, obviously it is still saying IRE here, which is an acronym for Institute of Radio Engineers, but the term is outdated now, especially in the digital world. So maybe going forward, LG should consider using video stimulus or percentage video stimulus to actually label these grayscale adjustment points. And under each video stimulus interval, you can adjust the red, green, and blue to try and achieve a neutral D65 illuminant white point for the content, which is the white point that is commonly used within the film and broadcast industry. If we go back one level, you can go into the color management system, under which you can adjust the 3 primary colors of red, green, and blue, and the 3 secondary colors of cyan, magenta, and yellow. Under each color, there are 3 further parameters for you to adjust, namely saturation, tint, and luminance. So I would say that this color management system, or CMS, is a HSL-based color management system. Now, in the past, using these controls excessively can introduce more bending or polarization in the picture. Even though you can get a perfect looking chart, the image on screen may look worse because of the introduction of more polarization artifacts. So I'll be interested to see if the 2019 iteration will have any improvement on that front. And new for 2019, LG is allowing us to set the peak brightness on this TV ranging from off. If you select off, then it will turn off the white subpixel boosting and cap the light output to be generated only from the RGB subpixels without the white subpixel adding any brightness. But if you go to high, then this will obviously be integral or critical for HDR reproduction. So we'll turn it off for SDR for now. And then what I'll do is I'll go into picture options. Noise reduction and impact noise reduction are temporal noise filter and also spatial noise filter respectively. Smooth gradation is a spin-off from last year. This is a decontouring filter. Last year, on 2018 sets, such as the C8, the E8, the G8, the W8, what LG has done is to combine both the decontouring filter and also the spatial noise reduction into one single impact noise reduction control. But listening to feedback this year, they have separated the decontouring filter into smooth gradation and also kept the spatial noise reduction filter in impact noise reduction. And real cinema is extremely important for 5.5 pull down and also to extract 24p cadence from a 60 Hz source. So I would always recommend that you leave it on unless input lag is a major problem for you. Motion eye care, I think it's something to do with automatic adjustment of the brightness and also the color temperature to protect your eyes so that there's not too much blue in the grayscale. But for the purpose of accurate color reproduction, we generally turn it off. And then through motion, there are several controls here ranging from off, smooth, and clear. And I've been informed that the clear setting, at least in the more accurate picture modes, including the cinema modes, the Technicolor modes, and also the ISF modes, the intensity of the motion compensated frame interpolation has been reduced so that it doesn't actually introduce as much soap opera effect or SOE or interpolation artifacts as True Motion Clear on previous LG OLEDs. Now, if we go into the user submenu in terms of the True Motion, you can see that it allows us to adjust the de-judder and the de-blur controls respectively. De-judder is usually applied to low frame rate content. De-blur is applied to higher frame rate content such as 50 Hz or 60 Hz. And if we go into OLED motion, this will engage black frame insertion. But unlike what I saw at CES, LG seemed to have removed the ability to customize the intensity of the black frame insertion. So on this LG C9 review unit, you can only toggle blacklight insertion on or off, which is really quite unfortunate because I always find it quite unsatisfying to have things pulled out at the very last minute. If we get out from the True Motion sub-menu, go into additional settings, Comfort mode will adjust the color temperature automatically depending on the ambient light in the room. HDMI Ultra HD Deep Color will unlock the highest bandwidth that the HDMI ports are capable of to allow for higher bit depth, higher chroma resolution, and higher frame rate, maybe in HDR. Instant game response is grayed out now, but if I feed a video source to the television, it will enable ALLM or auto low latency mode. This means that the edit of the TV will be changed such that when you connect a compatible device, let's say the Xbox One X, to the television, when you start playing a game, the TV will automatically switch into game mode. And when you start watching a movie, it will switch out of game mode again, all automatically. OLED panel settings, if we go into the sub-menu, pixel refresher will start a manual compensation cycle. I don't advise that you use it much, if at all. Screen shift will automatically move the pixels on screen just by a bit to reduce the risk of image retention or screen burn. Logo luminance adjustment, this feature was introduced on 2018 sets and it has remained the same on 2019 sets. What this does is to lower the brightness of static logos on screen, again, to reduce the risk of image retention and screen burn. Now, I will be spending the next few weeks measuring, calibrating, and testing this television. So if you have any questions about this TV or anything in particular that you would like us to test, please feel free to leave a comment in the YouTube section below. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe to the HDTV Test YouTube channel for more videos like this. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.